What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Run It Up podcast. I'm your host, Najee Adams, and I got that guys with me today, Justice Gregory, Khalil Baker. How y'all doing?
Doing well. Thank you for asking.
I'm gonna need more energy when I ask y'all that question. Every time it's a big ass pause. Every time I ask you that question, y'all give me some. I'm cool. I'm good.
We'll try to figure out who's going first, and then
I don't know what this. Yeah, I was like, do you want my whole life story right now, or how I'm doing, or
okay? Sorry, that's the last time.
I'm asking. Is that what you want from me? I don't know.
No, I want some energy. I'm doing good. What's up? Something.
I'm finna flu game this pod, and then
here we go.
I'm probably going home this week. I was supposed to be in Las Vegas, stayed home instead. Got some family stuff going on, so I'll probably go back home here soon.
I respect that. See, something like that. Something better than I'm doing good.
You're right.
Something.
I'm okay.
But now that we got the pleasantries out the way, make sure y'all subscribe to Run It Up Podcast everywhere that podcasts are: Spotify, YouTube. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Twitter at Run It Up Podcast. I think that. It's in the little description, so just do that. I think it's at the Run It Up Podcast.
We can't even promote our own podcast. Bro.
No,
crazy.
No. It's at the Run It Up Podcast. On Twitter, it's at Run It Up Pod. On Twitter, I am at Najee Adams _ Khalil's at Balil44, and Justice is at JReed _ So yeah.
Don't forget about the new sponsor, bro.
What? I have not.
Oh, you didn't know? No, the new spot brought to you by Wet Wipes.
What's up? Flat out lying. Here we go.
I know, but I watched a dude who was said for 2 years that his podcast was sponsored by Wet Wipes. And then he started, once his podcast started blowing up, people thought he had an actual sponsor. He didn't. And he started getting offers so that they could use it. So we're going to throw a fake sponsor on every episode. And it's going to be Wet Wipes.
Let's do it. I'm down. Shout out to Wet Wipes for sponsoring the episode. We really appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all go follow them. Tap in with Wet Wipes.
Yes, sir.
Tap in.
So, yeah, today we're going to go through songs of the week. If y'all didn't hear the last episode, I can no longer play the music because specifically on Spotify, they will completely take the episode down. So we're just going to give you our songs of the week, and they'll be in the description if you want to go check them out. So my song of the week is... I just had it. My song of the week is High from New York by YSN Flow. It's like a minute and a half, so it's a quick little song. It's a little vibey little joint, so go check that out. Khalil, what you got for me?
I'm gonna take it back just a little bit, not too far. I'm gonna go with Bryson Tiller, Let Me Explain.
Okay.
It's a good one.
Kentucky boy.
Here.
I'm gonna take it back probably a little further than that. Cocoa Butter Kisses, Chance the Rapper.
You lost me.
Yeah.
So what are you serious?
How bugging? Maybe I just don't know that's the name of the song, but I know it.
Cigarettes on cigarettes.
You probably never heard that. I never heard that.
You heard Chance the Rapper?
I know who Chance the Rapper is. I just never heard of this song. Wait,
did you listen to acid rap?
Not really. Move your webcam down like a little bit, or whatever your camera is. Move it. Yeah, there we go. Because when I be editing it, I be having to shrink me and Justice, and then that shrinks you, and it's a whole bunch of shit. But this should be perfect. And I meant to tell you that before we started, but fuck it, I'm not editing it out.
Cigarettes on cigarettes. My mom.
You didn't listen to acid rap?
I got burn holes in my hoodie.
Not really. That came out.
That
came out when we was in high school, right?
I was in freshman year. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that came out when we was in high school. Yeah, I didn't. I was not listening to that.
Wait, when did you graduate?
2016.
Yeah, same class, freshman year.
Yeah, it came out freshman year.
You're young.
Yeah. What year you graduated college?
14.
I mean high school. Sure.
14.
2014. So damn, I was in what, 7th grade? No, I was in. Yeah, no. Was I in 7th grade?
You were a sophomore, brother. He's only 2 years.
Oh, graduated college. I was thinking of when you went into high school. All right, cool. So now that we got that out of the way.
All right.
I don't know why that's where your logic was, but
I don't know. I was just brain fart for a quick second. But today we're talking about basically all things NBA playoffs. There are 4 teams remaining. The Denver Nuggets, Los Angeles Lakers, Miami Heat, and Boston Celtics. We got a little bubble rematch. Beautiful for the agenda pushing. Yeah, we're going to talk about the teams that are no longer here. We're going to talk about all the Western and Eastern Conference semis matchups and give our predictions on the Western and Eastern Conference finals. So to start it off, we might as well start with Lakers Warriors because, that's where, if you didn't know, everyone on this pod is a Lakers fan. Me and Justice are Lakers fan. Khalil's a LeBron fan. So by default, he is currently a Lakers fan.
What you call me, a faker fan?
Yes, dude. If you ever come at me on Twitter
fan.
again, if you ever come at me on Twitter again about the Lakers, dude,
you not picked them one time.
Go. That doesn't matter.
I don't time.
I don't do that.
But you're claiming it's about basketball, but the basketball's there. It's been there.
No, it hasn't been
basketball.
There.
No, it's been there in spurts. It hasn't been consistent, but it's there. And when it's there, it's really good.
Brother,
obviously,
we finished the season playing tanking teams and teams that had already made the playoffs. So I just didn't know what to believe in.
Yeah, so you should have believed in me. You should have believed in me.
Believe in us.
And what did I tell you all? My problem the whole time was I don't think LeBron and AD can stay healthy for 10 weeks.
Well, what we 6 weeks through, so we got
they got a month left. They got 4 weeks to do it. AD's got to play 40 minutes for another month. So we'll see how it goes.
We'll see what happens.
That foot scares me too. LeBron,
wrong foot. He landed on it wrong. Maybe it was the other foot.
Don't matter. Tape it up.
All right, so Lakers Warriors. Obviously, the Lakers. We got them up out of there in 6. For me personally, bro, I felt like I said Lakers in 6 for both series. I've been spot on with both my Lakers predictions. I think that the Grizzlies series wasn't really that I didn't really care that much about it. I obviously cared because I'm a Lakers fan, but there was no animosity towards the Grizzlies. I like Ja. I like the Grizzlies. I think they're a cool team. So we packed them up. I was like, all right, cool. But the Warriors, I've never wanted nothing like something more in my life. Warriors fans are despicable on Twitter. They're unbearable. I wanted nothing more than to end their stupid little dynasty. And I'm glad that I don't think we did. I think they're still going to contend next year, but I'm glad that we got them the fuck up out of here. 19-0 in series with Steve Kerr and their little core, make it 19-1. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. I'm not even going to spend too long on it. I want to know how y'all felt.
It was really interesting actually because they found their niche when they started just putting Steph in PNRs and saying, AD, we're going to draw you out and we're putting you in PNRs. And they didn't stay with it every possession. And they could have stayed with it every possession. And it was so interesting to watch their offense evolve from what we're so used to watching the Warriors do, which is Steph passes it, runs in 3 circles, comes back and gets it, takes a screen, dumps to Dre, runs in 3 circles. Clay's doing the same thing on the other end. Clay is more of a standstill guy, getting chased around 1 or 2 screens, and then Steph's just PNR ball handling the whole series. So to get away from what has worked for them throughout the duration of their dynasty because of Anthony Davis, and then to watch them not stick with what was working all the time was mind-blowing to me. It was mind-blowing lackluster coaching from Steve Kerr. And JJ Redick touched on it, talking about Clay. He was like, Clay gets a lot of his rhythm from being able to get a couple easy layups. But the way he had to move throughout the offense, so then he gets his looks and he's just jacking up. And Clay was inefficient. Steph was inefficient from 3, and it is what it is. And no matter how many 3 Steph misses, I still think they're going in every time he shoots it.
100%. But that game 4 final possession where AD and Steph was the mid-range. Granted, they were down 1, so everybody was like, why didn't Steph go to the basket? Why didn't Steph go to the basket?
Steph asked himself why he didn't go to the basket. After when they cut to him, he said drive. He pointed.
But I mean, in the moment, he probably felt like, listen, I'm gonna cook AD off the dribble. I would and that both of them were on target. It's not like he was way far off. Those are shots that Steph hits. So it just happened to be, that we won that game. I think that was a turning point in the series. Whoever won that game, I felt like won the series. And yeah, we happened to close it out. Khalil, what did you think of it, bro?
I was impressed with the Lakers. I think you just kind of saw their depth and their versatility. You got a lot of guys who can do a lot of different things. And then the point where you can not have to depend on LeBron every night. Of course, he makes a lot of impact. We listened to a lot of Bill Simmons, right, Justice, and they kind of talked about LeBron kind of being that their tough guy. And I think it's an interesting point. He does a lot of dirty work. He'll rebound. He'll make some really big plays on defense, a lot of like blocks and all that type of stuff. And he'll still manage the game in this type of way, but he'll always he'll delegate now. You see D'Lo doing some stuff with the ball in his hands. You see Austin Reeves do a lot of stuff with the ball in his hands. You see a lot of guys get involved that way. And I think it's been impressive to see, him evolve into that type of player, just to be able to play off ball. AD being huge on defense, Darvin Ham actually being shortening that rotation and doing some good stuff as a coach that he should have been doing for a while now too. Playing Lonnie Walker, making that great adjustment right there. Lonnie Walker having a big game too. So it's been a fun series, and it's been fun seeing the Lakers, come more into themselves and like who they are as a team. They play hard mostly every night. Sometimes you get some super plays every now and then, but it's a fun team to watch. And I told you this in the group message, like they're special. Like everything, it just feels special right now. And when I said I hope they can keep up, it's the health part of that conversation. Like, can they stay healthy? LeBron, AD.
How do you feel, Khalil? Since I know you heard it, how do you feel about the Austin Reeves, Gordon Hayward comp? Bill Simmons said he thinks that Austin Reeves is Gordon Hayward, and he said not just because they're white.
He said young Gordon Hayward, right? Yeah, I heard it a little bit. So what was his reasoning? Did he like back up any of that?
He just said the fact that he can be like a PNR ball handler, operate in the mid range, and like make the right decisions. Which, if you watch Austin, he does make a lot of right decisions, but he's got a lot of bonehead plays trying to make something happen too, which is. You're giving you take, but that's him, Dennis, and Lonnie. So
he's been forcing a little bit too, and just trying to find his way. I don't know. It's just like is he just because he's white and he can handle the ball a little bit? Yeah, it was weird. Like, and Austin has a different game, a lot of in between game. He can get to the rack a little bit. I like him on the catch and shoot a lot as well. Like, I don't know.
He needs to shoot comparison. More actually.
Yeah, he turns on a lot.
Yeah, he should be shooting more threes.
A little pump fake and drive he'll do more often. He just needs to go for it. Good shooter, man. I like it. It feels like it's going to go in most of the time when he shoots it.
Well, we know he won't be a Laker next year. So
what? You're out of your mind.
Bill thinks he can get 4 for 98.
I think that's the max he said that's the max. Get offered.
He'll get it.
And we'll match.
You think we'll match?
I think there's no way we let him walk. Not after the Caruso debacle. There's no way we let him walk.
What about Rui?
First team on defense?
I don't think. I think our priority is bring back Austin, and then D'Lo. But like, I'm not convinced that the Lakers, depending on how the season goes, I'm not convinced that they don't try and sign and trade for Kyrie. I think it's really difficult to. Like, the Lakers have shown us who they are, and so I think the only way that they don't go for the big splash free agent Kyrie is we win the chip. And I mean, I think we are. So I think we keep, I think D'Angelo Russell ends up a Laker, but I think Rui falls on the back burner when it comes to Austin. If it comes down to keeping Rui and keeping Austin, I think we keep Austin. And so, I think we match whatever. I think some team is going to offer him the poison pill contract just to fuck us. And so, because they know we're going to match. And like, not that many teams have that much cap space. Like, who's going to offer to Pistons?
I mean, that's something that can help out a lot for the Lakers. Not just teams don't have that. And then, like, what are the chances that the Lakers don't, try to match that too? So it's just, I don't know. What's the point?
I think D'Lo's cost himself a lot of money, brother.
You think he's cost himself a lot of money?
Yeah, the fact that we're able to bench him in fourth quarters only if he's on a burner do we keep him in the game, and if he's not, we're putting him back on the bench. That kind of says a lot about what he can offer to a team defensively and when he's not in rhythm or just like having a great game.
I think he probably looks for like the Jalen Brunson deal, which is
no way
but when Jalen Brunson signed it,
no way,
he's making like what 104 over 4.
He's not getting that.
But some team is going to say, the Knicks paid Jalen Brunson 4 for 104. We're not paying you that.
Yeah, that's 26 a year. You wouldn't pay D'Lo 26 a year?
No,
he's not getting. That's
if the Lakers pay him 26 a year, I'm gonna be pissed. So I think what do you D'Lo's probably D'Lo back on? He's probably what? He's probably what, 18 mil a year kind of guy, 15 to 18 range.
Yeah, that's his.
What is he? He's not an all-star.
He might even get 20 though.
I think he definitely gets 20.
He's a
4
role.
over 20.
You're asking me what I would do.
You wouldn't give him 20 over 4?
No.
I like having D'Lo on the team though. Like
I would probably
No,
give
me
him
too. I
like, it
love
makes-
D'Angelo Russell. It's my
No,
favorite player.
I'm even saying for like like just like some type of insurance as well. Like he's not who we want him to be all the time, but like he's there and he does good things for that team too.
I like his energy.
And
It's positive.
He makes big plays every now and then, makes big shots. Like he's a good presence on that on the court.
I'm trying to find people that make 20 mil a year and to compare. So like for comparison, Jeremy Grant makes 20. Fred VanVleet makes 21. Malcolm Brogdon makes 22. Buddy Hield makes 22.
6th man of the year.
Jalen Brunson makes 27.
Okay, let me put first of all, 27 is on the upper end of 20s.
Yeah, that's a lot,
Okay,
yeah.
but I would take the 3 players you listed outside of Buddy Hield all over D'Angelo Russell.
You would take Fred VanVleet over D'Lo?
Yes.
I'm good. I probably wouldn't.
I probably wouldn't either.
What?
I don't really like Freddie V.
Me neither, man.
He had one down year. D'Lo
really
is
like
having.
And what? He's gonna want more than 21, right?
Yes,
I'm
he will,
good.
and he'll get more than. But you're asking
I'm
me
good,
if I would.
man.
You're asking me if at the same price I would take Fred or D'Lo. I would take Fred.
So Marcus Smart makes 17.
If Fred is on the Lakers right now, he's not getting benched in the fourth quarter. I guarantee you that.
I mean, probably not. No.
Yeah,
Like, what are we talking about?
Probably not. Yeah. Yeah. I guess when I look at it, it's tough for me to justify 26 for D'Lo. That's crazy. That's kind of crazy.
It's a lot.
That's a lot. I think he falls more in that like 18 to 20.
But also, who else are they gonna bring in? Like you talked about wanting to bring Dennis back on the vet men, but like other than that, what else are they?
I think some team's gonna give Dennis more than the vet man. I think he's worth more than a vet man. I'm not willing to pay him more than a vet man.
So then, if he's gone, what are you gonna do?
I mean, we gotta fill out the roster somehow, buddy.
Yeah, but
He's
do you
gonna
use
get
a
20.
mid-level on Dennis,
I
or do you think you can spend whatever the mid-level is now, which is what 13, 14 million a year on somebody else?
It depends on what the free agent market looks like, but I don't want to give the MLE to Dennis.
Me neither.
Can you get Rui back on a mid-level? Or is he warrant? Or is he got to the point where we're like, yeah, some team will give him 20 million?
I think some team probably gives him like 15, 16.
20 million's a lot.
I think some team gives him like 16. Like,
You think he showed enough to where he can get up to that point? Where
like
not consistently.
Like Mitchell Robinson makes 17. Like,
He's been really good though.
He has been.
Where was Rui drafted at? Where was he? He was lottery,
He was
right?
12
Yeah,
or
he's
something.
Yeah. So it's like you take the lottery pick of it. He showed something in the playoffs, like good size, mid range. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he gets like 16, 17. Regardless, I'm paying. This all stems back to Austin. I'm matching whatever for Austin. I'm not letting Austin walk. If it ends
Khalil,
up,
Rui is everything you wanted Patrick Williams to be. I just want you to know.
Shut up, dude. Don't say that to me. There's still time.
Khalil just says,
There's like 21 years old. Still time.
how old is Rui? 23?
he is 25.
Oh,
What?
Yes, sir.
How long did he play in college?
He come in like 22,
He
23
went to
years old?
Gonzaga, right? He probably played for like 2-3 years.
Tough.
Patrick Williams is still pretty young too, so there's time.
He's trash.
So don't come after me like that. There's
Patrick
time.
Williams and Isaac Okoro, same thing.
Bro, I held on him
Okoro,
in Dynasty so hard, thinking the Bulls were actually going to trade people, and then they keep the whole thing.
Yeah, whole gang staying together. Patrick
All right,
Beverly
so-
said they're contenders, so as long as he's there.
Stupid.
Oh,
He said
Pat
ball,
Bev.
right? Oh, is that Pat Bev said that?
Yeah.
I saw the report that Drew sent about the front office is split. Like some are waiting on Lonzo Ball to come back.
Lonzo.
Like you're waiting on Lonzo to come back.
Running back with
That's
Lonzo.
where you're at. That's where you're at as a franchise. You're waiting on
Yeah.
Lonzo to come back.
Nas, that's a good one. Would you take a healthy Lonzo over D'Lo?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just making sure we're all right.
Oh, easily.
Okay, I'm
not
just
like a
But you wouldn't
healthy
take Fred
Lonzo?
VanVleet?
No, I don't really like Fred VanVleet.
Yeah, you don't have to like him. He's
Fred
better at
VanVleet, he's a
basketball.
better offensive player. Sure, he's mid on D. Like, is he that much? I think Lonzo is like peak Lonzo. I'd probably take over Fred VanVleet.
I hate the size too, man. I'm sorry. Like I just don't like the size for
Bro,
what-
Lonzo was a top perimeter defender for guards in the league at his peak.
No, I get it.
He
I
was
get it.
shooting
It's just-
damn near 40% from three.
I get it. No, I get it. I just
And he fits in well.
Fred's been an all-star. Like, what are we doing?
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. I think Prime Lonzo is really nice though. So
wait, D'Lo's been
Prime
an all-star,
Lonzo.
right?
yeah,
D'Lo's been an
Lonzo,
all-star.
whatever. Yes, he has. Don't forget.
D'Lo's
Yeah,
been an all-star too.
Those days are good and gone, brother. So
Fred ain't gonna be no all-star anytime soon.
Fred not
He
gonna
could.
be on the Raptors next year. He gonna be on the goddamn. Who got some cap space? Who got some cap space? He gonna be a San Antonio Spur. He gonna be a Utah Jazz. They got 41 mil a year.
I bet he's on the Heat.
They don't got no cap, brother. What, they gonna sign and trade somebody?
I'm gonna send Kyle Lowry home, baby.
And the Heat got negative 43 mil in cap space.
They're gonna make something shake. Somebody's gonna go get Dame too. So
I hope so.
I mean,
anyways, I'm sorry. I love
No.
talking about free agency. All right.
You're good. You're good. The Warriors. I want to ask y'all, what do the Warriors do from here? Obviously, Jordan Poole has a pretty wild contract, right? Like, and when it was given to him last year, I will say I don't think anyone really thought it was that crazy because he did have a pretty good postseason run. He was 22 back then.
You didn't think it was crazy.
You didn't think it was crazy.
Khalil, you know I've never liked Jordan Poole.
But it made sense though, right? It made sense to you why they would do that.
No.
I think looking at it now, it's pretty fucking
Right.
nuts.
Like they didn't have to lock him in that early, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like it's just
He was just eligible for an extension.
yeah, they tried to do the Atlanta Braves thing where they lock in young guys very early because they know they're going to be good, and now they have Jordan Poole who's J.R. Smith
On a
with light skin.
massive contract. like his contract is wild. So like obviously he made like whatever his like regular contract was this year. Starting next year, he makes 27 mil, then 29, then 31, then 34 until 2027. Right? He's only 23, so like I'm not going to sit here and say that he can't get any better. This is his ceiling. I think there's obviously a lot of ways for Jordan Poole to improve, but like 27 mil next year,
Yeah.
that puts him in like DeMar DeRozan, Jalen Brunson, like De'Aaron Fox makes 28. So it's like, what are we doing? Like, that's an elite caliber player. He would be the Warriors' third highest paid player next year, outside of Steph and Clay, and he was unplayable in a playoff series. I don't know.
Shouts.
It was bad.
I don't know what they do from here. Like, where does he? Do you think they move him? Because like I don't even in moving him, what team does he go to? Like, do you send him to the Wizards to sign and trade for Kuz? You try and get the Bulls to give you Levine for Poole.
What about
Kuminga?
like I was like the Magic or something. I don't know.
But what did the Magic give you? Markelle Fultz?
Oh,
They're not giving up Markelle Fultz.
Yeah. There's no point for the Magic to take Poole. That's what I'm saying. Like maybe the Bulls want to blow it up. That you send them Poole, Kuminga, and some picks for Levine. The Wizards for Beal, maybe, but like his salary is insanely hard to match because he makes 46 mil a year. So you'd have to send like Poole, Kuminga, Looney, or like Poole and Wiggins. Like the Warriors would have to decimate their roster to get Bradley Beal.
Someone posted like a Paul George type of thing. I don't know if it was like
I don't know
Jordan
why
Poole.
the Clippers would move Paul George for Jordan Poole when you have Kawhi.
There's definitely got to be more tied into that though, right?
Like Jordan Poole in pieces though.
But what's so like? Does Jordan Poole and whatever pieces the Warriors have make you more of a contender than Paul George does?
I'm not saying a contender. It just depends on where they want to go. Like, what if Tyloo left? I don't know. I know Ballmer.
I think for as long as they have Kawhi, you gotta try and win. So it's like you might as well keep PG. But what do you think they bring Draymond? Do you think they trade Poole? If you were the Warriors, what would you do going into next season?
Go ahead, Khalil. I'm looking for something right now.
I don't know what you do if you get rid of Draymond though. Like, how are you going to replace any of that? Like, how are you going to replace the defense, the attitude, the physicality? Like Looney was good, but I mean, he didn't like he's only playable in some series. Like he's only going to impact in so many series like that. So like Draymond's going to play mostly all the time. So what are you going to do if you get rid of him? And then Clay, on the other hand, of course, you just paid Jordan. You just paid Jordan Poole. So like that's that's what you hope he can fit in. But then again, like, Poole, the way he played, throws a big kick into their future plans too. So it's just you hope Kuminga, Moody can fit in, but
I think
I'd
Warriors,
rather keep Draymond if
me
I'm the
too,
Warriors.
100%. I think.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Joseph.
Yeah, I tweeted after they lost that I think Dre is more important to the success of that dynasty than Clay is at this point. Like, if you want this run to continue, you have to prioritize Dre to Clay. One, I can't imagine Dre in another uniform, really. And I really can't with Clay. I could imagine Clay in retirement because I think he sucks. But like, that he's not actually that washed. Like, he can be a Laker. I'd be fine with him.
But he can't be your second best scorer, though.
No,
right?
no.
He shouldn't be.
No.
Wiggins should be their second best player.
Dog, they piss me off, bro. The way they treat Wiggins is ridiculous, dude.
They give him the ball with 5 seconds left and say, "You go make something shake."
Yeah, go ahead. Go. Anyways, off that. You've got to retain Draymond. If your goal is to keep this going, you have to retain Draymond. What Draymond is to them defensively, offensively, kind of the center point of their offense and the center point of their defense in the sense of like the role he plays on both sides of the ball. And obviously Steph, but I'm saying like Steph plays off of Dre a lot. Beyond that, you have to explore the Jordan Poole trades to see, at least test the waters, and I guarantee you they will.
You don't have a choice.
Yeah, you really don't. Clay's still under contract next year, right?
He makes like 44 mil next year.
Nobody's trading for that contract.
They were saying there was a report about a pay cut or something like that, though.
Maybe you can try and restructure, but like, I don't know.
You still can't do that too.
Yeah, they're gonna restructure it and then trade him.
Wait, he's a player? Does he have a player?
No, next season Clay makes $43 million.
That's just okay.
So he's back. He's back. He's just gonna be there.
He's expiring though. So like his contract ends in after next year.
So maybe a team does trade for him just to open up that space after. But
do the Warriors trade him away? Like what do you get back?
But should they? Oh God. I mean, it depends because the only teams that trade for him are contenders. And tankers, right? Like guys who are trying to open up their space.
So what if you trade Poole and then keep everyone else, like keep the old guys? Like, how do you feel about the Warriors at that point? Are you nervous about the future?
You still got to restructure your depth. DiVincenzo's great. I think you retain DiVincenzo.
Love him.
I love Dante.
I mean, he's on a player option, so he's probably going to opt out.
Tough.
What's the money like? What's the money?
He makes he can opt in for 4.7. He's making.
He's gonna get more than that. Yeah. I understand their obsession with Gary Payton because he's been in the system and what he brings defensively and the energy. Watching him grab offensive rebound is really infuriating. But at the end of the day, I don't think he strengthens your championship window. You can replace Gary Payton with better.
Yeah. He's a 6'5" big.
That's what I'm saying.
You're not high on Moody, right?
No, I'm really not high on Moody. Kuminga's not even going to be there.
He's pissed.
What do you call Milwaukee and see what the price is for a guy like Chris Middleton?
Isn't Chris a free agent?
Yeah, I'm just like a sign and trade though. So like, I don't know. I think Milwaukee's going to be selling. I mean, you could very well see Drew and Chris gone.
You think?
I wouldn't trade Drew. I'm telling you, I think in a desperate situation, if they said Damian Lillard's on the table and we can reroute Drew or somebody, they'll do it.
Yeah, they got to do something. But I don't know what the Trailblazers would take in that situation.
Crazy question.
Just as an example.
No, they don't have a lot of draft capital.
Do we know that Damian Lillard makes him a better team than Drew Holiday?
Yeah, I do.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, it's Damian Lillard.
Offensively? Okay. Think about this. You got Drew Holiday.
What does that do for Giannis, dude? Like
we saw what Drew Holiday was as a number 2. We've seen that plenty of times. Yeah, think of Dame as a number 2 option with Giannis. Just put him in that situation.
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe get some better pieces, especially defensively around him. Just in general, you probably need to do that anyways. But like, I don't know, man. Like
they kept grasping at straws, dude. Like the Joe Ingles thing, and then the Jay Crowder thing, and it's just like they've got it. No, they have to find legit wings that put out there, and I do think they had a good roster. Like the people who went on there were like, oh, Giannis was surrounded by a bad roster. That's a good roster for the most part. They shoot the 3-ball well. They can defend. The only thing is their half court offense, and that's kind of a product of Giannis is pretty limited in the way you get him the ball in his position to be the best, like to make the most of his abilities. So I don't know. I don't know where they go, but I'm just saying there's so many. The Warriors, Chris Middleton would help them tremendously. Unless they treat him like Wiggins.
I think they
Yeah,
I think they trade Poole. Like it. I think
Yeah, they
that's
have
their
to.
only.
I
That's
think
their only
they're-
avenue to getting better quick.
Yeah, like that's the only thing. Like the only way you're gonna replace what you really probably need on that roster. Clay's not gonna. It's just not gonna do much.
I know some people were saying rebuild, but as long as you have Steph Curry, I feel like you can't enter a rebuild. Like
not
you can't enter a rebuild. You have to contend. So I think you bring Dre back, you trade Poole, Kuminga, Moody, the young guys, and you try
All of
and
them.
field a real legitimate roster with veterans that can contribute in a playoff series.
And I love that Bulls situation that you presented. I think when we did trade packages justice, like I think that's a great situation for the Bulls and for the Warriors.
That's
to
a
get that
throwback.
Like yeah, exactly. To get like a
What
like a
was it?
Zach, like it was like a Levine and
Levine?
Caruso. Yeah,
I mean,
But I
the
mean,
Warriors-
even what if they call the Blazers? We've got
say
Kuminga,
what?
Moody. We've got Kuminga, Moody, and Poole, and whatever picks you want, and give us Dame.
I'd hate that.
Game Clay Steph is nasty.
That's so nasty. They ain't gonna be able to guard nobody.
That's
That's
nasty.
so nasty.
It's nasty.
I hate
I'd
it.
rather. Would you rather them trade for Anthony? I think they. I. What if they traded for Anthony? Give up Poole and Poole plus for Anthony Simons.
First of all, if the Blazers do that, they're ignorant. They're ignorant.
But
The Simons is younger than Poole, better than Poole. Like that's not even a conversation.
You're not
for me.
doing that and keeping Dame though.
No,
Yeah.
unless they feel like you can get like Poole isn't that far away from Anthony, so you can get the plus and
He's
have
that far
Poole
away from Anthony
eventually
Simons.
reach what Anthony is. But yeah, we've already spent 90 fucking minutes on the Warriors. Fuck the
He's so
Warriors,
efficient.
Lakers in 6. And so yeah, I had you feel me. I hate them so much. Sixers. Actually, might as well just stay in the West. Suns. The Suns got bounced in 6 to the Nuggets. I think that was pretty shocking for everyone. I picked Nuggets in 6. I think we all picked Nuggets after that first round.
We'll pick the Suns, I think.
I picked Nuggets. No, I said I wanted to. I was like, it's hard for me to go
yeah.
against Devin Booker and KD, but I picked Nuggets in 7.
I think yeah, we all picked the Nuggets. I think that first round opened a lot of eyes for me going to wire games with the Clippers without their 2 best players. Really, if the Clippers have Kawhi and PG, I think they run through the Suns, and I think they probably beat the. I'm not gonna say they beat the Nuggets, but that's a more competitive series, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Suns got bounced. They ended up firing Monty Williams. They're in talks. The CP3 got injured in another postseason. Ayton couldn't finish the postseason. Both are on pretty decent, like crazy contracts. CP3 makes $30.8 million next year. 15.8 of it is guaranteed. Ayton makes 32, 34, and 35 million over the next 3 seasons, all fully guaranteed. He's not a free agent until 2026. What do you think the Suns do this offseason? Where do they go from here? You obviously have a foundation of Devin Booker and Kevin Durant, 2 top 10 players, but you have to field the rest of your roster. And starting Landry Shamet and Campaign and Jacques Landale is not the way. So if you're the Suns, what do you do?
Aiden and CP3 can't be on that roster, I don't think. Coming next
You
season.
you got to revisit the Miles Turner thing, dude, just to see.
Pacers don't do that though, right?
No, but how
There's-
badly do they wish they did that? Like,
That's fact.
like good God, dude.
I
I
just
don't-
don't think they can be on the roster. Like, I don't know. Do you hope a CP3 retires or something?
I think they try and move CP3, but I don't know who, you know,
Exactly.
like who takes even if he's only 15.8 mil if it is guaranteed. Who's taking on CP3? I don't know what he can provide to a team at this point in his career.
People start throwing out the Hornets like immediately.
what?
Or I might just like follow
if
Hornets
there-
people, but
If Lonzo's not healthy, you could see the Bulls who would, if they're still trying to get into the playoffs and make noise and just pray that he's healthy.
you can't.
I mean, you're praying. It's just not going to happen, but you're praying.
Yeah.
It's just tough to say, man, because Chris is obviously still valuable in terms of like on the floor production. He's not obvious step back this year, but at the same time, he's still Chris Paul in the way that he can orchestrate an offense. And we saw him actually played pretty well up until the point of the injury for the most part. Ayton definitely has to go. That's one of the worst draft picks in the last 10 years at this point.
Crazy.
Yeah, when you look at the guys they took, Tyrese Halliburton, like you can just keep going down the line. I mean, Luke. Imagine if they had Luka, KD, and Booker right now. Like, what would we even do, bro?
Did y'all see that quote about what he said he defines as success? He said that in the
getting my second contract.
He said that in the pre-draft process, right?
He might have said it after getting drafted.
Oh, okay. I was
Respect
about to say,
him, brother.
If he said it pre, that is the biggest red flag you could ever have.
He just wanted the bag.
but that's insane to say. But you can see it. You can see it in his play, in the way he carries himself.
Do y'all think Monty should have got fired?
No.
I think that's crazy. I think to look at that series and be like, you know what? I think Monty Williams has to go.
I'm not surprised though. I'll say that I'm not surprised.
Because coaches just
and the past 2 seasons getting bounced like that in the playoffs. I'm just not surprised. I'm not saying I wanted it.
Yeah. 30-point losses at home back-to-back years. It's crazy. It is.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like the coaches get a lot of shit like for like front office decisions. Like the Suns decimated their roster to go after KD. And power to you. Every other team in the league makes that move. It's Kevin Durant. I understand. But like, what was Monty supposed to do? Chris Paul got injured. DeAndre Ayton got injured. He was playing campaign Landry Shamet, Jock Landale, KD, and Devin Booker against the number 1 seed in the West.
It's not much you can do.
What was he supposed to do as a coach? They're talking about bringing on Isaiah Thomas to be your head coach. Does Isaiah Thomas win the Suns that series? Isaiah Thomas has a record of 118 and 223 as a head coach. He hasn't been a head coach since 2008.
What are you going to do with your top pick getting replaced by Jock Landale, basically? I know he got hurt the last game, but they didn't play, but Jock Landale matched him in minutes after that. Before that, like, what are you supposed to do? What is a coach supposed to do at that point?
Monty Williams was coach of the year last year, bro. They won 19 games before they hired him, and they were a 60-win team the year after that. Like, I don't get why Monty got fired. I'd probably leave. I don't know if there's a coach out there right now that is a clear upgrade over Monty Williams. Like, it's all lateral for me. Like, who do you hire? Nick Nurse? Cool. I don't think he's that big of an upgrade. Yeah, go get Frank the Tank. Let him.
It's not terrible. It's not terrible, but
no,
it's good.
No, I mean, who is it? It's
not gonna help.
Frank, Nick Nurse. Who you want to go get? Kenny Atkinson, Coach Bud, obviously. Like, that's really all there is. People talk about hiring Mark Jackson. Okay, you want to hire Mark Jackson? Go for it. He's not winning you this series. You're not getting past the Clippers with Mark Jackson. I'm sorry.
Hold on. Do you know how funny it is that on a whim, Jalen Rose was like, "What if they got Steve Kerr?" Did y'all see that?
The Suns got Steve Kerr?
Yeah, he was like, you know, Steve Kerr has ties with Kevin Durant. He was like, he used to be a GM in Phoenix. Wouldn't it make sense? And like, you could see everybody on that set was like,
what the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah, like he literally just made it up. I got a thin air, grabbed it, and was like, Steve Kerr. Yeah. So, anyways, he's just ignorant. Their best coach they could have right now is probably Monty Williams. So, when they fired him, and I think he's going to coach the Pistons. I'll be honest with you.
You think he goes? Pistons?
I'd love that. You think he goes younger route and just builds?
I do.
Probably a lot more security too. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You have a much longer leash.
I mean, but he needs it. But that group is so young, and he's got good pieces there that he can have say in what they're doing with their rosters, but he's also seen playoff basketball. So, anyways,
and they're probably gonna get it. Like, no matter where their pick is, they're gonna get a good player most likely. As long as they're not like out of the top 6 or 7 or 8 or something like that, but they're gonna get a good player to fill in that spot that you really want, like a wing position or something. So, I don't know.
It's gonna be crazy when the Thunder get their number 1 pick. Imagine.
That'll be insane.
Shea, Chet, Wemby. That's insane. But yeah, it's not looking great for the Suns. I mean, I don't know why you fired your coach. I don't know if a upgrade you can get there. Moving on to the East, let's go Knicks, because I really don't think that there's much to say about the Knicks. Like, I think they overperformed, to be completely honest. I think it's a good season for the Knicks. Obviously, you felt like you were the more talented team if you're the Knicks over the Heat. You feel like the Eastern Conference Finals was right there for you, and you didn't get there. But like looking back on what
that Hawks run is what they had.
yeah. Looking back on what people thought about the Knicks coming into the season, I think an Eastern Conference semis is a good year. Like what do you do moving forward? Do you try and trade Julius Randle? I think his body language is insane. Like when he's a team killer, like if they're not playing well, you don't want to be on his team. Do you trade for Cat?
It's if he's not playing well, you don't want him around. Even if they're playing well, he's not. He's probably going to be the same way.
Yeah, I think they found something good in Jalen Brunson. I don't think anyone expected Jalen Brunson to be what he was. He was a legitimate top 5 guard, top 6 guard in the league kind of guy. When we talk about the playoffs, leading them, winning them games, scoring 40 a night, playing every single minute of the game, like that is like, I don't think anyone expected that out of Brunson. So they found their guy. Do I think he's a 1A on a chip team? Obviously not, but he's a guy you can continue to build around moving forward. I don't know where they go from here though. I don't know if you try and trade for Dame. I feel like every team that needs some kind of new player is like, yeah, we're going to trade for Dame. But I don't know what that does for the Knicks. Do they try and trade for Cat, move RJ, move Julius if you want, try and bring Cat in? I don't know. But overall, I'd say it was a kind of successful season for the Knicks.
It was.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you've got to count it as a success. But now the crossroads are, how do we build?
Mm-hmm.
And something traditionally, one, they're not good at. And 2, there's not many options out there. Like you're not going to go get Dame to play with Jalen Brunson.
No.
If you want to go get Cat, that's fine. I'm out on Cat. I'm done with Cat. I'm officially off the Cat train. I'm officially off the Cat train because he's so soft, dude. I just hate watching him play, dog. And then
he's been the same player for 5 years.
Yeah, but he's so good. But he's so good at offense, dude. Like his bag everything is so deep. It's so annoying, dude, watching him play. And because then he'll have like a game once every 2 weeks. He has a game where you're like, yeah, there's no way there's somebody who's better than him offensively at that position. Who just scoring the ball. And then he's just underwhelming time and time again. And I'm just really tired of it. So I'm done with Cat.
Yeah, he probably fouled out in that same game you were talking about too. So
yeah. I'm just out on Cat. So I mean, if that's where the Knicks go, like that's almost lateral, because like what are you really trading at that point to go get Cat, RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, and what picks to go get Karl Anthony Towns to play with Jalen Brunson? Like what does that get you? The 5?
I think they would be able to get RJ. I think they'd be able to keep one. Like I think you move either RJ or Julius, Obi Toppin, Mitchell Robinson, and some picks and see if they take that.
I think Cat still has ridiculous value.
So, all right, you say that, right? You say that, right?
Like from a trade perspective, I mean, you get a young center who's a 40% shooter from 3 who can average 27 and 12. So
I 1,000% agree. I'm with you. I posted for FanDuel. I made a mock trade, right? It was Knicks get Cat and Taurean Prince to make salaries work. Timberwolves get Obi Toppin, Mitchell Robinson, RJ Barrett, a 2024 first because the Knicks have 3 of them, a 2025 first because the Knicks have 2 of them. So, and people are like, the Stepien rule, you don't know about that. Doesn't apply because they have 2 picks in 2025. So learn basketball. And a 2027 top 5 protected pick. So that's 3 firsts, RJ Barrett, Obi Toppin, and Mitchell Robinson for Cat. I feel, and even then, people were like, I'm not giving up 3 firsts for Cat. Like, okay, then you're not getting Cat. Like, then you will not get Cat because some team is giving up 3 firsts for Karl Anthony Towns.
If Rudy Gobert is worth 5 first-round picks, Karl Towns is at least worth 5 first-round picks.
Like,
but I know that the market is reset. I understand that, but Cat warrants three first-round picks. He's gonna get 3 first-round picks at whatever he gets traded to. I don't know where. I don't know who.
Just because his NBA Twitter value is down does not mean that NBA GMs value him any differently. Like,
Can I clarify when I say I'm out on Cat? I think a team can win a championship with Karl Anthony Towns on their roster, but he needs to be like your clear two. Like, he doesn't need to be sharing it with Anthony Edwards. He needs to be your clear two, and the rest of the roster's got to be constructed right. I mean, as it is with every championship. You get a big who averages 27 and 12, he can be the second best player in your championship team.
You think he's reliable enough to be a two in the playoffs?
I think he could be with the right one.
Or maybe.
I'll put it like this: he is nothing compared to what Anthony Davis is defensively. Okay, but the Lakers would
say some wild shit.
No. I'm just saying if you replace Anthony Davis with Karl Towns, like, the Lakers are still contending.
Do we win the series versus the
No.
I mean, versus
no.
the Warriors? Absolutely not.
No, but I'm saying, like, we're still like a competitive, like, really good team. So I'm saying you get him with the right one and the right roster construction, like, he can do that. He just got to learn to quit fouling, dude. He has dumb fouls. He has dumb fouls. Like, he's already in foul trouble. I'm gonna go chase this shot with everything I got.
Well, he gets so many offensive fouls. He's so wild. He's like throwing that bows and
he's like, see Euro all the time, bro.
Like, bro, just get to the basket, brother. You couldn't take Austin Reeves off the dribble. All right,
that's why I'm hesitant on the two. By the way, just being a clear number two, like, he just isn't very reliable, especially when you get to the playoffs and you need him on the floor to be a number two.
He's not
can't stand four. So,
but then you'll see him come down and hit a trailing three from the logo, and you're
hold on now. Whoa.
Exactly. And so moving on to the last team that got bounced, the 76ers. I think there's the most talk around them right now, obviously, because it was the most recent. They got bounced yesterday. Do they fire Doc Rivers? If you're the Sixers, do you fire Doc Rivers? You do.
Yeah. I think Doc Rivers is a perennial choker anyways. Most overrated coach in the ever. He does nothing but blow playoff series all the time. That's all he's ever done.
He's living off one chip.
That's it, dog. That's all. He got handed Paul Pierce and Rondo and Ray Allen and Kevin Garnett, and he won a championship. And since then, it's nothing. And he's coached good teams. So, like, it's all he's coached is good teams. So I think he's terrible. I literally think he's bad. So yes, they should fire Doc Rivers. And no, I don't know who should hire him.
I was gonna say,
who should hire him?
He's gonna get hired.
Yeah, he will, because he's Doc Rivers. Yeah, dear God,
crazy.
But yeah, he blew another lead. Harden and Embiid shot 8 for 29 from the field. I want to talk about the Harden thing, right? So now all of a sudden the Sixers season is over, and James Harden has a player option. He's going to opt out. And apparently wants to go back to the Rockets. Apparently also the Suns are in his, dream destinations. I don't know how you make that work. Sign and trade, whatever you got to do. Cool. I highly doubt he goes to the Suns. I think it's either Sixers or Rockets for him. For me, I don't understand why. If the point of, like, if Harden's goal is to win chips, why you go to the Rockets? Like,
because it's not.
It can't be. Like, that tells me all I need to know. If your goal, like, this decision tells me what Harden wants his career to be. If you want to win chips, your best opportunity is to stay in Philly with Joel Embiid. If you want to go to Houston for the I'm coming home storyline, to go play with Ime and Jalen Green, Alperen Sengun, Tari Eason.
Maybe he believes in him. I don't know.
Okay, you're going to go to the worst team in the West, and you still have Braun, you still have AD there, you still have Steph there. You're not even better than the Nuggets. You're not, like, there's so many teams there that you have to compete with. And the Rockets, on the other hand, they're fucking insane if they give Harden a max. You're out of your mind if you give Harden $46.9 million a year. That would make him the second highest paid player behind Steph. For the Rockets. Like, what are you doing? If you're like, I would love to hear you guys' standpoint on this. What do you think Harden does this offseason?
If I'm the Sixers, I don't know what the other options are. I'll be honest. I don't know what the other options are, but I don't want to bring Harden back if I'm the 76ers.
You're praying for a Dame package to pop up for you.
I think the Sixers got to bring Harden back. That's the only thing you can do.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I think as well. I don't know where else they could go.
There's nowhere else
because who's going to trade for him?
Yeah,
who's going to trade for him to make you better?
Wait,
That's
is
what I'm
he
saying.
he is a player, right? So he's
He has a player option. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's opting out regardless. Yeah.
right.
So if you're gonna sign a trade, who's gonna trade for him?
I don't know. And what do you like? Let's say the Rockets want to sign and trade. What do you get? What makes you better from the Rockets? I just don't know how. I don't think this. If the 76ers goal is to contend, I don't know how you let Harden walk. But then again, I don't think you can pay him 46 million or whatever he wants.
Yeah, but
So-
they have a ceiling, man. Like, and
They do.
And
They
I
do.
know we've seen it. Like, things can happen in the playoffs, but I think we've seen so much evidence where we just know what it's going to look like. We know what's going to turn out to be. There's a reason. I'm not justifying this pick. I know it was an idiotic pick, but there's a freaking reason why I picked the Nets over the 76ers. I know it was wild. It's a wild pick, but like, I just don't believe in that team, and I don't like the roster construction anyways. James Harden's your number 2. I think that's going to handicap you. I don't know whether you go from here. Of course, bringing it back, you still contend, but I don't think unless something just happens in the East, God forbids,
I don't know.
injuries
They
or
kind of
whatever.
have to like hope for Tyrese Maxey to take a massive leap and become a third superstar. Maybe you try and find a Tobias Harris upgrade. I mean, I don't really know how else, like how you make they can do that isn't a lateral move for them. So yeah, I think the Sixers kind of they're in a shitty spot because you guys either bring back Harden or blow it up, in my opinion, because you're not competing with Tyrese Maxey as your primary ball handler. And
Do you trade Maxey?
I think if anything, you trade Embiid, you blow it up. You blow it up.
I like Maxey. He looked really good.
I think you fire Doc Rivers, you trade Harden, you let Harden walk, you trade Embiid, and you say we're rebuilding. You get 5 firsts for Joel Embiid, and I don't know who trade him to the Warriors. I don't
Knicks.
You get something, but
To
yeah,
the Knicks.
I think if Harden walks, they seriously have to consider blowing it up because what do you do from here? I know a lot of the talk was around Joel Embiid. I picked him as my MVP, so I don't think he'll ever get another one in his life.
No matter what he does, dude.
No matter what. When he's dropping 33 per game next season again, I'm not putting him as my MVP. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it. Jokic should have won his 3rd straight because, the guy that y'all picked got packed up too. So, I mean, Jokic is the only one that is still in. You picked Giannis. Let's not forget, y'all picked Giannis, and he got that ass clapped by Jimmy Butler. So Jokic is the only one that's still in the playoffs. Should have his 3rd straight. But yeah, I don't know. He's the only MVP to never make a conference finals. I think that's a little bit of a skewed stat because, like, obviously, like, you're going off guys whose careers are over. So, like, you could have said that for a lot of people, but yeah, I think they really have to look into what they do for the 76ers.
And real quick, Jokic gave up the MVP, okay? Like, he just
he didn't give a fuck.
he did not try.
Yeah.
So don't come after us like that. Like,
Whoa.
you got
Whoa.
you got 2 guys to choose from.
You got 2, yeah. I mean,
Giannis
hey,
and
mine made it further than yours, though. That's all I'm saying. Mine made it further than yours. And so yeah, we can move on to the current series. I want to start with the Lakers. So Lakers Nuggets. I would love to hear you guys' predictions. I mean, I know where Justice is going with it. It's worked twice, so let's make it a 3rd time. Khalil, what is your Lakers Nuggets prediction?
I think I tweeted this. Yeah, the game the Lakers won, they closed it out. I fell asleep during the 4th quarter of the other game, the Knicks game or whatever, and I slept all the way through game 6. So I missed it. But as soon as I woke up, I was exhausted. I woke up at 1 a.m. and I was like, you know what? What happened? And I immediately tweeted Lakers in 6. And that is my prediction for the Lakers Nuggets. I have Lakers winning in 6. You want me to explain to my pick or we're just gonna go
explain. Yeah, tell me.
It's mostly the same that we've seen from the Lakers. I think Nuggets are a really good matchup for them. I can't wait to see what AD and Jokic looks like, of course, but I just think that the Lakers have so much on that roster. So much to match. Hold on, I have a question. You put Reeves on MPJ? Is that what you did?
For my matchups, I would probably change it because I've done some research, but off the top of my head, I said my matchups would be Vando, Jamal Murray, D'Lo, KCP, Reeves, MPJ, and then LeBron, Gordon, AD, Jokic. I would just swap Vando and Reeves.
Okay.
Just because I think the Nuggets run a lot of Jamal Murray ball screens, and Austin Reeves is a 10 times better screen navigator than Jared Vanderbilt. And so, yeah, I would just put him on. I would just flip it like that. I would throw Vando at Jamal Murray for certain possessions just to give him different looks. But his primary defender for me would be Austin Reeves.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
I really don't want you all to be shocked when they come out and LeBron is the one guarding Jokic.
If we do that and put who, AD on Aaron Gordon?
Yep. Yeah. Just so he can stay around the rim, dude.
I guess. I mean, I think the Nuggets primary actions that they run to score are Jamal Murray ball screens and Jokic post-ups. And I think we're doubling Jokic post-ups. And no matter who's on him, he's seeing two bodies. Yeah. So, I mean, it is what it is.
And he's going to pick us apart, dog. Oh.
We haven't seen them since the trade. We played them 4 times.
Since January. Yeah, we haven't played since January.
All before the trade. And then we split 2-2. They were our first win of the season with that dog shit roster. They were our first win of the season.
They had Jamal Murray on half of what Jamal Murray is right now.
They do not scare me.
I just don't think they can do much.
They don't scare you? Like, no part of you?
Like LeBron, I know with the foot. Like, I just don't think they can do much with them, man. I just don't think they can do much about it.
All right, if that's the case, take the Lakers in 4. If they don't scare you at all,
they don't scare me. 4. They don't scare me. They don't put fear. I respect them as a team. I do not fear them though.
No, I'm pretty scared.
Okay, I know you are. Talk to me. No, tell me your prediction.
Okay, no. Can you compare it to the Warriors? How scared you are? How scared?
I wasn't scared of the Warriors. I was scared of Steph.
Okay, Steph to the Nuggets. How scared? Like comparatively.
I think Nuggets have been far and away the best team in the playoffs so far.
They've also played shitters. Come on.
Oh, God forbid they use their seeds to play the worst teams. Like, what do you want me to do about that? I'm sorry. Oh, they earned the 1 seed, so they got to play the worst teams.
No, it's a good point. Like
we
great,
also all picked the Suns over the Nuggets. We didn't think
backwards. Swap
we
it.
Picked the Nuggets over
no,
the
I mean
Suns.
like when we were first starting off, people didn't think the Nuggets were ass. I mean, the Suns were ass. The Nuggets made them look like ass.
The Clippers, the Clippers made them.
No.
Expose them.
I was saying it to your point. I was saying like you're correct in that.
Yeah, Suns have whatever. Their depth has just absolutely murdered them. Okay, I'm not even going to get into that.
T-Wolves are idiots. So
yes, I don't actually love the Nuggets' depth. They shorten the rotation a lot. For the most part, 7 guys and basically 6.5. A lot of Bruce Brown comes in pretty late, gets a little energy, and they just start rotating guys in and out. But at the end of the day, we have more depth. Jokic is the best player in the series. And Michael Porter Jr. is really good. And Jamal Murray is really good. And I like what they do. I like their young guys. I like the way Bruce Brown defends. And my complete and total honesty, AD's never really had to guard somebody like Jokic for 7 games. The way that Jokic can pull him away from the basket. So if AD is guarding him, that's a problem. And then if
except for when he guarded Jokic in the bubble for 5 games,
that's this completely different Jokic,
we
dude.
Packed them the fuck up in 5 games.
First of all, this is a completely different AD. And second of all, this is a completely different Jokic. And third, this is a completely different Nuggets team.
Roster.
Like this, it's just like not the same situation. And people on Twitter keep going back to that series. It's just not. It's not how it works. And you get 3 years removed from something, things change.
They have Michael Porter coming off the bench.
That's what I'm saying. LeBron James is not who he was in 2020. And when I say not who he was, not even close. Like he's not even close to who he was.
They had Jeremy Grant back then.
So I'm just saying, I think that they are a matchup problem for us. We are a big team. They have good size outside of Jamal, but like we're a big team. We've used that to our advantage. We're physical. At the end of the day, it's can our defense be better than their offense every night, and can our offense produce? And regardless of what you think about how we've been playing, we're still a pretty stagnant offensive team, 30% of the game. So if not more. And we got to the point in that game 6, we're like, all right, LeBron, you're just going to post up because you have no push at all. No push at all to get yourself to the basket. So we're just
It
going to
was
post you
beautiful
up.
to watch, though. It was
No,
beautiful.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
LeBron is literally playing Jokic's position for the Lakers. That's all he's doing. Like he's just going post up on the elbow and then figure it out from there. Except he still hoists up 7 threes a game. But which is
Annoying.
it's very annoying.
It's momentum killers.
But when they go in though, I be
yeah.
yeah. And listen, AD is the best possible matchup for Jokic, but Jokic is the best option to keep AD from affecting the game defensively the way he can. So I mean, it kind of comes down to that matchup. Whoever wins that matchup, whoever's better between those two, I think wins the series, and I think Jokic probably gets the best of that. So I would go Nuggets
in
7.
Oh, they give us 3. I respect that out of you. Well, I think my prediction is pretty easy. I'm taking the Lakers in 6. Back in, I'm a real big fan of narratives. Back in the bubble, we beat Portland in 5, Houston in 5, and then the Nuggets in 5, and then we beat the Heat in 6. This year just seems to be one higher number. So
Oh my God.
we beat who did we just pack up in the first round? We beat Parade Inside My City, Gun Boy. We beat him in 6. And then we beat he's fucking nuts.
He's an idiot, dude.
He's insane. We beat Grizzlies in 6. We beat everyone's favorite dynasty in 6. And I think we're gonna beat the Nuggets in 6. And then I think the Celtics are gonna take a 7 and we're gonna beat them in 7 and have our 18th chip. But yeah, I think the Lakers are a pretty good matchup for the Nuggets since the trade. I know it's easy to. All right, first of all, there's 2 different layers to this for me. I think a lot of people after we beat we've been the underdogs in every series, right? Like we've played the 3 best home teams in the league. We've won game 1 of both games. LeBron's 29-2. Yeah. He's 29-2 in series when he wins game 1. I think game 1 is really important for us. We need to take one in Denver for us to win this series.
So if we go down 0-2, you're out.
I'm not out, but I'm feeling way, way less confident.
You're nervous.
Okay.
You're nervous.
Okay. I'm just curious. Listen, it's not crazy. Let me clarify. It's not crazy that anybody thinks the Lakers would win this series. It's LeBron James and Anthony Davis on top of phenomenal role playing. Like we are getting historical role playing, like from guys who were irrelevant to the NBA like 2 years ago, 3 years ago for sure were irrelevant to the NBA.
Bro, this should be a team that people loved if we were not the Lakers. I
know. I agree with that.
Special.
This is a team that people loved if they weren't us.
It's a special team.
Yeah, bro. I think that we were the underdogs in every series. I think people downplay what we've done because it's us. Like when we went into the Memphis series, the narrative, like the talks going into it was, the Lakers, they're a 17. They barely beat the Timberwolves. Like the Grizzlies are gonna pack them up. Then Ja got hurt. They won the game that Ja was hurt, by the way. And then it was, the Lakers, they're playing the Warriors now. There's no shot that they win this series. The Warriors are 19-0, blah, 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 blah. And then what happened? We beat the Warriors. And so now everyone's like, well, the Warriors weren't even that good of a team. The Warriors, the record on the road all season. But that's not what it was coming into the series because 18 of the 20 ESPN writers picked them to beat us. We were the underdogs in this series. Like, let's not try and rewrite the narrative now that we've won. So I'm taking us to win. I think since the trade, we have been almost as good as the Nuggets in like playoff. So like since like our rotations and the Nuggets rotation since the trade, we have an 18 offensive rating, 105.6 defensive rating, 12.5 net. So obviously our defense is way better than our offense. The Nuggets, 125.4 offensive, 112.6 defensive, 12.8 net. Damn near identical net ratings. Like they're 0.3 better than us. They have a better offense. We have a better defense. Justice, you worded it perfectly, saying that it's going to come down to can our defense stop their offense? And can our offense step up at all? I agree with you. I think for large stretches of the game, if we're not in transition, we have trouble scoring. our half-court offense if D'Lo's not bailing us out, or if LeBron isn't hitting bullshit threes, or Austin Reeves isn't grifting for fouls, I think shit gets nasty. But our defense is also really good. We do force a decent amount of turnovers, and in transition, we're damn near unstoppable. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Lakers in 6. LeBron. He's 10-1 in conference finals. 10-1. He hasn't lost since 2009. He has not. That was the magic year when it was supposed to be LeBron and Kobe in the finals, and he fucked it up. Dwight Howard fucked it up for us. But nope, he has not lost since he was 24 years old. He is 9 for 9 since that loss. I'm sorry. I don't think that. Nikola Jokic is the guy to knock him down. I don't. Nikola Jokic is
so
cool.
Don't be disrespecting
I'm not. That was crazy. Nikola Jokic, all-time great for sure. And I do want to ask you about this after, but I'm sorry, he's 9 for 9 since losing. He ain't lost in 14 years. I'm not taking this Nuggets team. I don't think they're this juggernaut. I think that we are not that much worse than them. So I'm taking the guy that I think is the greatest basketball player of all time. And so help me God if he wins the
on
chip.
1 foot, dude.
Bro, I don't think that's like a. I don't think that's a big part in this matchup. I don't think it's a big part in this matchup. Like it obviously matters. It matters. The foot matters, but like LeBron James has a lot to say on the game still, even with 1 foot. Like it's
no, I get it. He's 24. Yeah. He's 24, 10 and 5 on 50% shooting. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I get it. It matters, but I think in this matchup, like he can still exploit. Like he doesn't. Like, of course, it's not the same. It's not the 2020 LeBron that you were just talking about, but I don't think it has to be.
I can tell you he's not going to get a different switch of a mismatch every possession like he was with the Warriors. Because at this point in their careers, Clay is a mismatch, Steph's a mismatch, Poole's a mismatch, which Poole became unplayable almost because of that. But this Nuggets team isn't built like that. They've got better wings.
They're way better than the Warriors.
The size is there.
Like the mismatch hunting is not going to be the same. So like the looks on every possession aren't going to be the same.
I trust Darvin Ham to game plan us.
Dear God.
Game plan us a win. No, do not. He has been good this postseason. He has been good this postseason.
He's been good.
If we fired him in January, you would have been popping balls.
I would have been happy. But I'll give credit where credit's due. He's been good.
No, he has been good.
I will say to the LeBron thing, I think that a lot of people post him bail in the like, oh, he's just pacing himself. Oh, he's just saving his energy for when he needs it. No, he is trying every game.
Yeah, he's trying.
He is trying every game, and he's not like there. Some nights he just don't got it, and and then that's when he goes 0 for 7 from 3 and scores 18 points. People are like, oh, he's just saving it for game 6. No, he's not. He had a bad game. He's not the same guy anymore. But that doesn't mean I'm not picking him to win to win. I'm not. He's like go. So
yeah, he only has a few short bursts in him. Only a few, but I think
he uses 3 of them to go try to chase down blocks, and then like only 2 fast breaks, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm posting up."
Usually, probably in transition, he's going to post up or hoist up a 3. I think he's been trying to work from the post more, which has been good too, though. So hopefully, we can see that a little bit more and try to get more inside in between instead of being on the outside as much. So hopefully, that's going to be working a little bit better. Hopefully.
If Jokic does make the finals and win the chip, like I feel like that's like legacy defining shit.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
like that boosts him into like a different tier. Like
we have to call him the best. We have to call him the best player in the world at that point, right?
2 MVPs back to back, a chip. Like that's legacy. Like he's top 75.
He'd be the first guy to win a ring where like the big is the best player on the team, and who knows how long.
That's a fact. And that's another reason why I'm taking the Lakers in 6. Thank you. And so moving on to that second series, Celtics Heat, another bubble rematch of last year, right? Jimmy Butler, 1 shot away from going to the finals. They see each other again. It was also a rematch. Oh yeah, it was Heat won the bubble year. Celtics won last year. This is round 3 now. Who do you guys have winning this series?
Celtics in 5.
Ooh.
Oh, I didn't expect that.
I have Celtics in 7.
Nah, I mean Jimmy's Jimmy in the playoffs, and we've come to understand that and just come to terms with it. I just don't think that the shooting cooled down last series, and they played the Knicks,
Right.
who we just talked about, just going on this like random run. Like Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle and RJ Barrett are different than Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown and Malcolm Brogdon, and like the depth that they get, the Derek Whites, like all these guys that like the Celtics can throw at you. They're all immensely better on the defensive end, and they're immensely better at offense. They were the best defensive team in the league for majority of the season. I know that's dropped a little bit, but they've still been pretty good defensively in the playoffs. It's going to be a much harder time for them to be able to create opportunities because it's between Jimmy and Bam.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of that, like if Tyler Hero was there, I would probably say Boston in 6 or 7. But with the absence of them, they're going to need a guy to step up and average 15 to 16, and I can't tell you who that would be. And I mean, Strus, like, or
Caleb Martin,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like Gabe Vincent, Kyle Lowry, like the guys who aren't going to do that. So, and if they are, it's not going to be efficient. Like Duncan Robinson going to come in and miraculously be good again. Like, I mean, he's actually played some, but like, that's the point we're at. I just think Boston severely outmatches them throughout the roster. I think Jimmy and Tatum, you can call it what you want. Jimmy's been better in the playoffs. Tatum is the better player, and I think we all know that. So
I had him top 5 in the world. Let's not forget
that's what I'm saying. So like, Tatum's the better player, and then Jalen is by far the second best player, and then it's Bam, and then after that you start rattling off Celtics before you get to the next Heat player. So I just think they're outmatched. I think that the shooting cooling down, coming back to earth was inevitable. It's not a good shooting team at the end of the day. So yeah, you can give me Boston in 5. I think they make easy work of them.
Shit.
Why not a sweep?
Jimmy get you one. If I'm gonna say Trey Young gets you one in playoff series, I've got to say Jimmy gets you
I was
one.
about to say, yeah. Justice love a get you one.
I do love a get you one ass dude, bro.
Yeah.
Do you think from this perspective, I think the Celtics are a team that will give you one. I think they've been a team like that. Do you think
Jimmy gets?
I think they
get you too.
I don't know. I think they kind of turned the corner there at the end of that Philly series.
Do you think that's the
to withstand that deficit?
2 to the Hawks though.
Yeah, 2 to the Hawks,
Anyway.
and I don't put a lot of stock into that Sixers team, as you should know. I picked the Nets. We were just talking about it earlier, but like I don't put a lot of stock
to withstand that deficit, extend the series in an elimination game, and then turn around in Game 7 and beat the dog breaks off of them. And your best player is like, I'm just going to go ahead and get 50, and I've been bad all playoffs, basically. Like, I've been very inconsistent. I think that's where you turn the corner. That's where you get your what's that? I think we got our swagger back. Like, I think and I just think that's what they offer right now. I think that they're probably about to hit their heater right now.
Yeah.
that
So
sucks for us.
That's a good point.
I would pick them over the Lakers as well. So.
Oh, well, now I pick the Lakers over them. I think that's what it comes down to.
I know. I get it. I know.
The NBA is fucking going to be in heck. I'm not gonna say hell. Their worst nightmare is Nuggets Heat. Nobody's watching that. I'm sorry.
I mean, I'll watch it.
I mean, yeah, you'll watch it, but like Lakers, Celtics, Nuggets, Heat is a very different series.
It'll be on in the background. Like I'll be gaming, turn my
very
head at it and watch
different
it.
series.
It'll be rough.
Khalil, what's your pick?
I have the Heat in 6.
Oh
No. I'm sorry. Celtics in 6. I'm sorry. My bad.
Okay.
I don't know what I was doing. I was a little distracted. I have Celtics in 6, so you can just do whatever you want with that clip, by the way. Celtics in 6, though, going back to Justice's point, Jimmy can get you one game, especially if he has Trey Young at least giving you one game. But I also think the Celtics are still a team that's probably going to give you one game themselves. Maybe not even like consistently playing bad the whole game, but they just make some boneheaded plays, or sometimes they just don't have it as a team and can, fumble the ball, settle for shots, stupid turnovers, anything along that way too. Or just really dumb plays in the fourth quarter when it matters the most, or it really gets stagnant as an offense. So I think the Celtics are going to be in 6. I think it's historically a tough matchup for them going against the Heat, but I think this is a different Celtics team. I am hopeful that was a big turning point, especially for Tatum, going back to your point again about the 76ers and how they handled those last 5 quarters. I hope that's a big turning point, especially for the team themselves, because we've seen them I think we've seen them fold in moments like that, but for them to come out in Game 7 and look like that, that's a big statement right there. But I think the Heat are still a team that's tough for them. They kind of know each other very well. You got Coach Spo on the other end too. So I got the Celtics and Heat, but I don't think it's going to be like an easy sweep, like a 4 or 5 that way.
Yeah, I got Celtics in 7. I wanted to talk about Jayson Tatum because I think he is I think it's very easy because he does ghost sometimes to kind of feel like he's not one of those guys, like one of those top tier NBA guys. And it feels like he's been in the league forever, but like he's 25, like LeBron went to his first finals in the 2006-2007 season. He was 23. He didn't make his second until he was 26. And then he won his first at 27. If Tatum wins this series, he's been to 2 finals by the age of 25. Like who's going to back-to-back finals? Like who's doing that outside of like Steph and Braun? Like that's,
yeah.
I mean, but like recently, like that puts him in like a new, like a different era of he's undeniably top 5. Like I'm like, this is like career defining shit for Tatum. And so, yeah, I think I'm gonna take Celtics in 6. Sucks that he had to run into Braun and Steph in back-to-back years and get bounced. But yeah, he'll get it. He'll get him eventually. But this ain't the year. But this series is his though for sure. Celtics in 7. And yeah, I think that gets us up out of here.
Well, sometimes I have a problem with the way it looks though, I guess, or his play. Like I don't know. It's just not consistent.
Is he better than Joel Embiid to you?
Did we just do this not too long ago? Ranking?
We gave our top 5.
Like Embiid.
But he wasn't in y'all's.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I still don't know if I'd put him there.
I just struggle with.
You wouldn't put him in there?
I don't know.
Is he better than Joel Embiid? I think it's not. I think it's easy to say that he's not, that he is right now. But I mean, I felt like that before. So
that's what I'm saying. If there's ever a time to say it, it's right now. But like, am I trying to give Embiid the benefit of the doubt for the knee thing, or am I just saying like you've traditionally done this, so I don't really care?
I mean, the Celtics are also a much better team.
Yeah, I mean,
they're stacked. They're
Tatum's in a phenomenal situation and has been since he entered the league.
Right.
So
like he doesn't have to be the best player every night. Like of course, it doesn't need to be that way anymore. Like we've gone away from that style of basketball, but like, there's real times where he has some stinkers and it's not good. Like that game
when he
6
needs
before,
to be, he is.
In a sense, yeah. Like,
I mean, are we talking about everybody's healthy, or are we taking everything into consideration?
What you mean? And when I'm asking if he's better than Embiid?
No, just in general, because
everybody,
I think
like Kawhi.
I think Kawhi is better than him whenever he's healthy. I don't know if
AD
or
KD.
I mean, KD healthy. Like, if we're taking all that into consideration, like
you
those are guys.
AD over Tatum.
There's a couple guys I would take Jokic. This is like the guarantees. I would take Jokic. I'd take Steph. And outside of that, yeah, you start having the conversation. But I mean, you could make arguments.
You would take Giannis. You would take Giannis.
Yeah, I would take. Yeah, sorry, I don't even know how I didn't say Giannis, but like those 3. Outside of that, you start having the conversation, and then, but I think you could slide him into 5, and that's fine. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh, you're an idiot.
No, I'm with you.
It's justifiable. I just don't know that on a night-to-night basis, he's a top 5 player in the world.
It's just all over the place sometimes, man. And he's really weird with his shot selection. He's not as aggressive as you want him to be. I don't know. It's just weird. For a top 5 player, like if you're gonna hold him to a standard, I just don't think he always meets that standard that we've seen from other top 5 players, or I mean, not comparing to LeBron James, but like a LeBron James, like a Jokic.
You would take Tatum to Luka?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
If Luka was on the Celtics, I don't
Luka was
know
on
that.
the Celtics. Yeah. I would probably still take Tatum. I'm gonna stand on it. I said it before. He's done. I said it 2 weeks ago. That he's done nothing to change my mind. So yeah, I would take Tatum over Luka.
Tatum plays a more winning style of basketball. I've touched on that a million times in this podcast. So
of course.
And so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get on up out of here. Those are our Western Conference and Eastern Conference finals predictions. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Make sure you subscribe to Run It Up Podcast everywhere that podcasts are. Spotify, YouTube. Follow us on TikTok at the Run It Up Podcast. Follow us on Twitter at Run It Up Pod. You can follow me on Twitter at Najee Adams _ Khalil at Balil44 and Justice at J Reed _ And so, yeah, I hope you guys have a litty day, a litty night, a litty life. And just like we do on every episode of this podcast, make sure y'all go run it up.